Hey guys and girls, welcome to another episode of Antlers. We'll just call it Antlers. We're not watching them grow anymore. They're not growing anymore. The antlers are hard, and as a matter of fact, if anything, they'll probably end up getting some of them broken off. Well, Ot 6 is turning into Ot 3 because he got one of his antlers caught in the fence and busted one of them off. And he's doing really well, though. He's doing just fine. You know, I looked at him this morning. This episode might just turn into what's happening with Whitey this week. I don't know, because that's about what we're looking at is Whitey and his second set of horns, a magnificent deer for his second set of horns. He's got 17 does in there, and he's either about to wear himself out or he's having a blast. I'm not sure which. He seems to be pretty happy, though. He seems to be very happy. And last week I did not go in a pen with him because, quite honestly, they can be a little ornery this time of the year. I'm going to go down there. We've got the front two pens shut off. All the deer in the back two pens, so they're staying away from the road. And I may walk in the pen with him this time. I may not. I've got my little tripod here, so I can always probably be able to. Probably be able to use a tripod if he gets a little ornery or stuff, but I don't think he will be, because he's more interested in the does than he is me, and I promise him I'm not going to challenge him for any of those does. So let's go in there and see what Whitey looks like, and then we'll see. I haven't seen. I saw TC and Forrest both this morning early. I haven't seen them since. Forrest didn't even come to the porch. He just came by the house again chasing does. So we may or may not have some video of them, but let's take a look at Whitey and we'll just go from there. All righty. Okay, kind of amazingly, just about all of Whitey's girls are in one side of the pen, the smaller side of the pen. This is a double pen. It's opened up here, and just about all of the girls are in here, and you can just kind of take a look at them and see that they're all doing really, really well. Now, they're all pretty friendly, tamed down pretty well. It's amazing. They really seem to tame down a little bit more in the rut than they do outside of the rut, and they become really pretty nice. You can see this is a big, beautiful bunch of girls right here, and several of these were deer that were hanging around the house. Others were deer that were just running around the woods that we actually fed and got to come back in here. They're getting all they want to eat, and you can see some of them look like that they're carrying babies right now, which obviously they're not. But you can see what's going on down there. There is Whitey. We're going to take a look at Whitey. And I'm going to be very, very careful over him, but I just wanted to make sure I got video of him in here without any fence in the way. You see there's a doe right there, just peed on the ground. That excited him. And there he is right there. He is, that doe has probably come in. He's probably got to chasing sometimes 2 or 3 at once. I don't really know, but he's been running around here in the pen this morning while I was watching from the outside, and he's just full bore in the rut. We've got a full moon right now, and that's what you call a monster brood buck right there, a breeding buck. He's 2 years old. That's his second horns. That's all. We have his first horns. We showed you last week. If you want to take a look at what his first horns looked like last year, you can go back and look at last week's deer video, which we posted on a Thursday night. We post these videos on a Thursday night. We post our Lucy's Herd videos on Friday night and Saturday morning. But you can take a look there and see that Whitey is looking really, really good. I'm not going to get up really close to him or anything or act like I'm going to challenge him. He was up here real close to me a minute ago, you know, when I was coming through the gate. He was really, really close, and so I didn't want to pay a whole lot of attention to him there. He didn't act like he was his attitude looked okay. He didn't look like he might be mad at me or anything. But I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 deer over in this pen. So there must only be 1 or 2. I see one over on the other side. He's taking a look at her right there. And I think that bottom doe is the one he's really messing with right now. Like I said, I don't want to really get too awful close to him. I'd kind of like to keep something between me and him, just to be honest with you. But he is looking mighty, mighty good. I'll walk down here just a little bit where I can get a little bit closer look at him. I thought he might move around a little bit, because he doesn't really care about me, but he's really interested in that doe. I thought we might get him just chasing just a little bit. I don't know if we are or not. But right now he's just, he's the bull of the woods, you know. And he's fighting the bucks that will come around and fight him through the fence. And I don't know if they know that I don't think they know that they can't whip him or he can't whip them when they're fighting through the fence. It's just natural for them to fight, and they do get hung up in fences. They get hung up in regular barbed wire fences. And when they're out in the wild, barbed wire fences, they normally just jump right over. A lot of times they get hung up in them, and does leave them get hung up in them. And he's coming up this way now. We'll kind of watch him a little bit and just see what's going on. It's always fun to watch him. He's walking toward that little deer right there. And that's one of the baby deers that just got back in here, and we couldn't get her back out, so we left her. He went out and checked her out there a little bit. He's actually getting really, really close to me right now, but he's not paying a bit of attention to me. He's only paying attention to the doe. And he's hopefully he breeds everybody here. He's really, really close. Where are you, guy? There you are. He's really, really close. Gonna run right by me and go over to the other side. And there he goes down the hill after that doe. She can't get away no matter where she goes. He says, you can run, but you can't hide, baby. And there he is. He's coming back over here looking at the does over on this side now. Because now he's coming over looking on the does on this side. He'll go right into the corner. He's really not paying any attention at all to me in here with him. I'm sure watching him closely though. Now, he says, oh, my does are over there and I'm on the wrong side. It's because you ran through the wide open gate, buddy. I'm not sure that deer are real smart. They just have incredibly great instincts. Now, the problem is now he's going to come over here and I'm going to be, just see him go after that other doe. I'm going to be in between him and those does, and I don't like that. Now, he's going after the other one now. Yep. All right, I moved down here under a tree to watch him just a little bit. He's got one doe down here in this larger size pen. All the other does are over there in the smaller size pen. But he's got one doe down there that he's kind of got an eye on, and I thought that he might chase her a little bit. She's down there in the shade enjoying herself. It's still warm. It got up really, really warm yesterday, and it's still warm today, but it's going to be colder as the day goes on. The wind is supposed to switch to the north. It's going to be colder, but he's got one doe down here, and he's just kind of eyeing her, not paying a whole lot of attention to anybody else, not paying attention to me. But you can just take a look at the size of that rack that he's got. He's just an impressive deer, and hopefully that the numbers turn around this year, and maybe out of those 17 does we'll have 25 or 30 babies, and maybe the majority of them will be little boy bucks that turn out looking, some of them turn out looking like Whitey. They're just like in a human species or any other species. They won't all turn out to look like their daddy, but by golly, some of them will. And if just one or two of them does, it's just magical, because he is a huge, huge, incredible specimen of a whitetail buck. Just absolutely gorgeous. And he's got that one doe down there. He's not really, he's not hard into chasing her. She's probably still a day or two away from being bred, or maybe 3. But he can just pick out the ones that's ready, because he's got 17 and he has no competition. He thinks he's got competition when other bucks come around outside the pen, but they cannot get to his girls. He's got them all to himself. I don't know that he's smart enough to know that, but he says, hey, what are you talking about? I know that, Jimmy. I know that for a fact. And little doe come walking by me right here. Come walking right beside me. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Isn't that pretty? That's a 2-year-old deer born here in the pen 2 years ago. And hopefully, oh, here comes some more deer. More of them coming over on this side. Uh-oh. Let's see what he does here. Let's just watch him a minute. I hope he's coming up to that doe and not to me. Coming right at me. Coming right at me. He's going by me now. I gotta tell you guys, I can't help but get a little nervous. He's gonna go over on the other side now. He was walking right toward me, but he wasn't really looking at me. He was just walking toward me. And he went over on the other side, and he just can't decide which one he wants. Well, buddy, you want them all. How can I tell you? You want them all. You want them all. They're all yours. Just have at it. Have fun and enjoy. They are all yours, Whitey. Look at that buck. Is he beautiful or is he beautiful? All right, guys and girls, let's go see what else we can find. This has been really, really something. Checking in on Whitey, I guess is what we call this video. And Whitey is doing great. He's beautiful. He's not having to do a lot of running like he would normally be outside, so he's keeping his weight up. You can just look and see how big he is. Just an incredibly big, beautiful buck. And is in the promised land here. It's what I promised you, Whitey, a pen full of beautiful women. And you got them. You got them, buddy. So all I can say is, make me a bunch of little baby boy deer. Yeah, make me some baby boy deer. Yeah, yeah. Well, he's getting over there behind the feeder where we can't hardly see him. Okay, I'm going to take one more last little look at Whitey up relatively close to him. A little look at him there. He's looking beautiful. And you see him standing there in that corner. And he's got 3 or 4 does down here. He's watching them. I believe that probably none of them are really ready right now, but the full moon going, he's liable to have 2 or 3 here that he breeds within the next day or two. You can just look at that incredibly large, beautiful rack. I don't know if y'all get tired of looking at big bucks like that, but I just never get tired of them, you know. One of the great things about hunting with a bow is you have to get the deer in close, you know, before you can take a shot. And you get to watch a lot of deer and a lot of deer action and what they do and how they act without being able to get a shot a lot of times. And it really makes that's what makes bow hunting so exciting, is you really see a lot more of about what the deer are doing. And Whitey is, he's probably smelling another buck or another doe outside the fence. He looks like his attention has gone outside the fence, and right in that area there was where he was fighting the other day. Don't you walk over here toward me. I don't have nothing between me and you, so don't you be coming over here, Whitey. You can get you a drink. Yeah, he's gonna get me a drink. This is hard work, boss, chasing all these girls. Yeah, this is hard work. Is he a magnificent specimen of a white-tailed deer, or what? And Whitey was born right here just 2 years ago. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful boy. Okay, Whitey. I'm going to leave you and your lovemaking alone. And thank you for not trying to get on to me while I was in your private bedroom. All right, big boy. Check you later. While he's handy, we might as well take a nice, good, close look at Forrest. He's doing good. We've not been able to entice him back into the pen at all. But as you can see, he loves to eat. What do you say, big boy? What do you say, big boy? Yeah. You're scooping it up, aren't you? Huh? You're scooping it up, aren't you, buddy? There's a little more. Yeah, there's your little more. Yeah, there's your little more. You've been making a lot of girls happy this week, huh? You been making a lot of girls happy this week, or not? What do you say, Forrest? Hey, buddy. Hey, buddy. Hey. 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 So I'm not interested in messing with you, Jimmy. Yeah, I'm not interested. Hey. What are you doing, buddy? See how he's a little bit wilder? Yeah. He's just a little bit wilder. But he loves to eat. And he's held his weight up pretty good. He's chasing a lot, but he's held his weight up really, really good. That's his first horns. So one of these days, if he can live 3 or 4 more years, he's going to be a nice one. Okay, guys and girls, that'll wrap up this week's Antlers video. I know that it probably wasn't too exciting for a lot of you. A lot of you just are kind of like me, though. I imagine just love to look at Whitey. When you see a deer, I mean, that is the most impressive 2-year-old deer that I've ever seen in my life. I've hunted all my life, and well, I haven't hunted all my life yet, but I've hunted for a long time, and just to watch that deer and think that his second horns, only his second horns, is just amazing. And I got to admit, it was a little spooky there in the pen with him, especially that one time he started walking right toward me, but he really wasn't looking at me. He just happened to be walking right toward me, and I was right by a tree, so I was going to play merry-go-round the tree or go around the mulberry bush or whatever that old thing is, but he wasn't paying any attention to me, you know, they are your friends throughout the year. They become buddies to you, and Whitey, you know, I picked him up and doctored him when he was, you know, a day old. So that's just how far I go back with Whitey, and I doctored him out in the woods. You remember we turned him loose last year and let him breed out in the wild, and I doctored him in the woods. I gave him a shot for 3, 4, 5 days in a row, probably about 4 days in a row. And when he was really bad sick, and got him back to health, and we saved him. But it's just thrilling to me every time I go to the pen every day, and Whitey's still alive and healthy, because we've just had terrible luck with our big bucks. We've lost 3 big bucks this year, and we've got Whitey in there with 17 does, but he's the only big buck that we have left, only big giant buck that we have left that we can inside the pen. Now Forrest is going to be a great breeder buck. His horns are not that big this year, first year, but his second year should be fantastic, and we've not been able to coax him into the pen at all, so I guess that he's going to get to breed on the outside, which is what he's doing. But you know, with only one breeder buck, you're very, very careful with him, and we're very, very careful with Whitey. It's kind of like my buddy Joe Hall that owned Blakemore Roadrunners for so many years, and I fished with Joe hundreds of times. A great friend, just like a brother. Joe's like a brother to me. And I told him one time years ago, you know, I've had laser surgery and cataract surgery done to my eyes, and I have 20/20 vision in one eye, 20/15 in the other. Some of you didn't even know I had eyes, but I do. And but one time back when I was about 40 years old, I had my first eye surgery, and I told Joe, I said, man, this eye surgery is great. I don't wear any glasses. I can see perfectly. It's amazing. I said, why don't you get your eyes lasered, Joe, and you won't have to fool with those glasses? And he said, Jimmy, you remember that I only have one eye? And I said, I do remember that, Joe. I do remember that. And he said, well, you only got one eye. First of all, I don't want them fooling with it, because if something was to go wrong, like if you have something go wrong in surgery with one eye and you have 2, that's okay. You still have one left. But if something goes wrong with that one you have, then that's the only one you have left. And he said, plus the fact that the glasses protect me, helps protect this eye a little bit. It's the only eye I have, and Joe's gone through his entire life with that one eye and can see just fine, and he wears those glasses to protect it. Speaking of that, by the way, I'll just throw this in here. I don't know how many times we've got glasses back, our Jimmy Houston solar bat sunglasses, and we got our Jimmy Houston sunglasses back, and where slip seekers have hit their glasses and saved from putting their eye out. So if you're out there fishing, make sure you have polarized sunglasses on. You have the polarized on so you can see down the water. Make sure you have some glasses on of some kind, even if they're not polarized, to protect your eyes while you're fishing, because lures flying around, you can put an eye out in a heartbeat. And I know lots and lots of people that would have put their eye out had they not been wearing sunglasses while they're fishing. So if you're not wearing sunglasses, make sure you have some regular glasses on or something while you're fishing. Guys and girls, I hope you enjoyed it. It wasn't quite as exciting. We didn't get to show you quite as many deer, but we'll look at Whitey every single week, and we'll see what happens, and we'll follow them if we can all the way down in the springtime and see some of Whitey's youngins being born. Guys and girls, go out there and have you a great one today. Remember, I sure do love you.